Hey Physique Freaks, how's it going? Scott Tucson on MetabolicMasterpiece.com. I'm getting ready to make some breakfast here, and it's going to be something a little bit different. So I thought I would take you behind the scenes and show you all the ingredients, show you it frying up. I'm going to have eggs as usual. So we're looking at, I'm going to be using 6 egg whites this time, 2 whole eggs, a can of tuna. I'm going to cook it up in a tablespoon of coconut oil. Tomatoes, red peppers, mushrooms, and onions. So first things first, I'm going to be frying up the mushrooms and the onions in the coconut oil. Then I'm going to add the peppers, and then I'll add the egg whites and the eggs. Cap it off with some tomatoes and the tuna, and then we'll top off our dish with some salsa and some cheese. So I'm going to take you behind the scenes and show you it frying up.
Listen to that sizzle. Gotta love it. Man, I'm craving some steak now. Alright, time to add the red peppers to this. Alright, so the mushrooms, onions, red peppers are looking really good. I'm just going to push these over to the side and then add my eggs. Alright, so we got 6 egg whites, 2 whole eggs, some ground black pepper, and I'm just going to push these over on top. Let that cook up for a minute here. Alright, so now I've added the tuna, and I'm just going to mix this all together, scramble it up. Now I'm going to add the tomatoes in here. Cook it up for maybe 30 more seconds. And now I turn the heat down to minimum, and I've added the cheddar cheese. I'm just going to cover it up. That way it melts a little bit quicker without cooking the eggs a little bit too much. So just warm it up in here for probably 20 to 30 seconds. The cheese is melting really well. Alright, look at that. Just going to put this on the plate, top it up with some salsa, and this is going to be super, super delicious. Alright, and here's the finished product. A super hearty, super delicious breakfast. We're looking at about 600 calories here. If you prefer smaller meals, you could easily split this into 2 300-calorie meals. But I'm going to enjoy a really big breakfast here. This is going to satisfy me for quite a while and carry me on throughout the rest of the morning and early afternoon. And then I'll grab a smaller meal before our killer back workout today. This may seem like an odd combination with the tuna in there, but when you add in the eggs, the mushrooms, and the veggies, and then top it off with cheddar cheese, it's just, it's delicious. I highly recommend you give it a try, and let me know what you think. Alright, so it's been a crazy busy morning. I'm actually feeling still very satisfied since eating that big breakfast, not feeling hungry at all, so I don't feel like I need to have any more food before my workout. I'm just going to grab 200 milligrams of caffeine, and I'll be sipping on some branched chain amino acids, some BCAAs, during my workout, just 1 scoop of this, and that in itself, if I feel any kind of sluggishness at all, that usually picks me up a bit. So looking forward to a killer back workout. Can't wait to bring it behind the scenes and share some footage with you. I'll catch up with you soon. Alright, so next time you do some close grip pull downs, I'd like you to try a couple things. First of all, get a full range of motion here, full stretch at the top, retract the shoulder blades down, and then drive the elbows down. And I want you to get playful with where you're creating that force, that intention, that downward intention with the elbows. Right now in this set, I was really focused on keeping the elbows, driving them forward through that initial beginning movement, and then squeezing them down. If I keep my elbows in a little bit closer, I'm going to feel a little bit different. Out a little more forward, I'm going to feel it in the lower aspect of the lats, which is an area I'm trying to work on a bit more. So play around with where you're creating that intention, that force, and see how you feel it. Train for that feel. So next we moved on to some chest supported T-bar rows, doing some rest pause, so aiming for 10 to 12 repetitions here. Take in a few deep breaths and then getting in as many more repetitions as we can afterwards. I am really, really ecstatic about the detail that I am seeing in my shoulders, my arms, my back. Everything is really coming along. This week things just seem to be dialing in exceptionally well and to not being overly aggressive with anything at all, really feeling comfortable with nutrition and the minimal cardio that I'm doing. So afterwards, had a full strength shake as usual post workout, and then carried on with my day.
All right, so I'm gonna grab a little snack now. The last homemade oat bar that Angie made yesterday. Gonna snack on this and then have a light dinner later on. All right, so it's been a bit of a crazy evening. Everyone's kind of all over the place. Angie's out training some clients. Shane was out at guitar, and Noelle ate out at a friend's house. So kind of all eating our own dinner, which we don't usually like. We usually like to sit down as a family, have our dinner, enjoy each other's company, but today's one of those weird, bizarre days. So I decided to get a little creative. Definitely the most creative little creation I've ever come up with. I've got some Greek yogurt in here with a scoop of protein powder. I mashed up a banana in there, just a small banana, and a cup of Reese's Puffs cereal. Holy smokes, is this ever surprisingly tasty. I just, I don't know, threw the kitchen sink at this thing. The flavor, like the Greek yogurt, with the protein powder really helps kind of sweeten things up. I think it's not a cookies and cream. It's some... I forget the type of protein powder it is. I'll have to double check that. But with the banana in there, it just adds a nice little flavor. And then you get the Reese's Puffs and the crunch. So the texture is pretty darn cool. And then as you continue to chew it in the Reese's Puffs, you get that peanut butter. It's good, Chief. It's really, really good. I swear, it really is. As the cereal, you're chewing it and the peanut butter and the chocolate kind of releases in your mouth, and you combine that with the banana, it is just it's actually a tasty little explosion. So something you may want to experiment, give it a try. We're looking at about 500 calories here. We're winding down the night, going to be watching the hockey game, Montreal and Boston. Shane and I are going to be watching some Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. in between there as well. So I look forward. I think that's going to be it for the day. I'm definitely not going to be hungry after this. Little fewer calories than what I'm typically used to eating, so it's definitely below 2,000 calories, but feeling great. I'm telling you, man, that breakfast, 600 calories, that sucker filled me right up throughout most of the day. High protein meal, so it really takes a little bit longer to digest. I'm going to stop rambling on now. Thank you again for following my journey. I will catch up with you tomorrow for some more behind-the-scenes footage. It's leg day. Is that how you feel about leg day, Chief? Are you sad about it? You got to build up your legs. Yeah. Oh, tug time, man. Okay, buddy. Catch you guys tomorrow.